What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, reviewing today Dangan Ronpa 1-2 Reload. The PlayStation Vita has been home to many cult hits that ended up selling millions of copies while still remaining mostly unknown. This series is one of them, and once you hear about the crazy plot, you'll start to understand why. 1-2 Reload is a collection of the first and second Dangan Ronpa games, titles that are all about a group of students who are stuck together and being forced to play in a deadly competition. In this world, there exists a high school for only the most talented of geniuses. Your classmates are stuff like amazing writers, billionaire teenage businessmen, or famous pop stars. Going to Hope's Peak Academy should be a dream come true, except for one small thing. When our hero shows up for his first day, he and all his new friends are locked inside the building. That's when a tiny talking bear named Monokuma appears to explain what it takes to survive this test. In order to be set free, you must kill one of your classmates, but the twist is that you have to get away with the crime. You each have your own little living space, and the school itself is quite large, so you have plenty of room to carry out the deed, and yet, not being caught by the brilliant students is tough. Dangan Ronpa is essentially broken down into two different modes. Whenever a body is found, we need to investigate the murder scene, searching for clues as to what exactly went down here. By checking out the area, we can discover subtle details as to what the killer was probably doing that day, where they got the weapon, or sometimes things like a note that can give us a hint as to who actually did it. This lets us put together a series of events in our heads to try and crack the case, which leads us to the other half of the game. Trials are when we get to present our evidence in silly, rapid-fire conversations. All the living characters stand in a giant circle under the watchful eye of Monokuma and must decide who among them is responsible. During talks, we can use bullets of truth to shoot bad arguments and provide counterpoints in an effort to learn who the culprit is. This is extremely important because of one rule that originally isn't mentioned. If you all vote for the wrong person being the killer, the real perpetrator goes free while everyone else is executed instantly. That means that every argument we bring out needs to be carefully selected or you might not see tomorrow's sunrise. To call these trials intense would be a serious understatement. Normally, I found myself gripping the controller and constantly trying to prepare for another round of tough questions and readying my own barrage of answers. These are really fun and thrilling, even though they may appear simple on the surface. Both Dangan Ronpa 1 and 2 are based on this same gameplay formula, but handle themselves in very different ways. For one thing, the geniuses we get trapped with have unique skills in each game, so you really end up being challenged as you work hard to track down all the clues required to prove someone's guilt. Normally, all this would feel pretty cheesy, but the overall flow and storytelling works so well just because of how greatly written the characters are and how human they feel. They get scared, we see hope in their eyes when they think escape is possible, and after a time, we really start to relate with them. In between cases, we're free to roam the world, hang out with other classmates, and inspect our surroundings for new secrets that may help later. At the beginning, things are very laid back, mostly because no one believes that any of their peers have the guts to slay each other in cold blood, but as the bodies start piling up, you can see the tension climbing. As our class size shrinks, the fear skyrockets all the way to the shocking conclusion. The biggest issue I have with these awesome games is that they don't have nearly enough voice acting. There are thousands of lines of dialogue, but only a couple hundred are actually spoken. We spend a majority of our time reading through books worth of conversation that is good and yet sounds so much better when the talented actors are telling it to us. I do also think that there are occasionally pacing problems. Solving murders is fast and entertaining, but between every kill there's often hours of waiting around. While I understand that they did this to build up our cast more, I found myself looking forward to the next dead body at least once per chapter. Other than these gripes though, this is still a hilariously enjoyable experience. Okay, so we've heard some good and some bad, but let's head over to the ratings board and put a big number on it. I am giving Dangan Ronpa 1-2 Reload an 8 out of 10. If you've never played this series and you're interested in trying it out, this is the perfect version to get. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. This has been DreamcastGuy with another review. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. I have a feeling that there's going to be some people in the comments trying to correct me on how I say Dangan Ronpa. Well, you know what? I'm bad at pronunciation, and I really do apologize. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, maybe check out my last video. Please subscribe, and if you want, share this somewhere with your friends.